Hey y'all, I am recording another day sitting on the dock of the bay. Today is like the first time I've seen dogs out on the boat. Look at that. Look at the puppy. I love it. I can never get enough of this place. Um, I started coming here for mental health preservation, and it has been so effective making sure that I have this intentionally in my mind every night before I go to bed and in the morning when I wake up. You know, we all don't go to therapy, have therapists, and remember, therapists are mortals as well. So remember, there's always a personal component to what we do professionally, and that can be an interesting dynamic when you get caught up to the continual liability of seeking guidance from the mortal, the singular mortal. I choose to get therapy in different ways, and maybe it's a control issue, but I also know therapists, and I also know that what I do for a living, there's a personal component about my personality that plays into um, my professional position and what I do as far as how I pay my bills and service in life. So, with that being said, yeah, this is really good therapy, you guys. Even when the days are different, the therapy is good. I painted a couple pictures while I sat here. I've smiled, I've laughed, I've met people, I've observed just a whole different lifestyle. Just a few minutes up the road. It really reminds me of when I used to live in the Carolinas in a beach town. It was so normal to have access to this, you know, even more readily, but, you know, we had a boat and it was a nice boat, and we could afford to spend the money that it takes to go out on the kind of boat that we had so we could really enjoy the everything, the environment, um, the day. The boat was beautiful. It had a kitchenette downstairs and a bed right at the front. It was a really nice boat. As a matter of fact, I think that I may have only seen one boat since I've been in Rochester going through this area that's as big as the boat that we had. Not my boat, but it was my mother-in-law and father-in-law and my fiance's shared vessel, and that's what we would do on Sundays when it was warm. Go out, gas up the tank and go out, whether it was us or with some friends, but it was a good time. And I just also worked at a restaurant on the water, so I was able to see it every day, like a normal part of my life, winter, summer, spring, fall. So I guess the fact that I have to be intentional to get to this type of environment when I used to work at a restaurant, it kind of looks just like something like that. It says the marina. It's crazy. But it was a restaurant, not a marina. It was a marina and a restaurant. People used to dock their boats and everything.